Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Dragon's Dogma. I'm Deathmark, and I'm sure you've seen the news about Dragon's Dogma 2 coming out, and I'm hoping to give everyone a glimpse into Dragon's Dogma and why it was so special, and why we're all looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2. A couple quick things. I did go through and adjust a couple of the settings. So key bindings, I went through and I changed. Primary skill set used to be control. Secondary skill set used to be alt. So I just changed that to 5 and 4 on the mouse, just to make it a little easier. Not a big deal. We're going to be starting a new game here, and we'll go from there. I'm playing around a lot with settings, trying to get the audio figured out, so if anyone has any suggestions or anything. Otherwise, if you want your pawn featured in the game, hit me up, let me know kind of what the pawn is, name is, and I'll try and search it out and have it join the group during the playthrough. Here we go. Starting fresh again. Vast army. Oh, goes a little too quick to read it. In another place, in another life, another child of man blazes your path. It's always a wonderful game.
How dark it's gotten. Have you a light?
Click and take out our lantern here. These crates can sometimes have items, as you can see there. So, originally I played this on the Xbox, so getting used to the controls here on PC, it's a little bit different. Main quest there. Status. You can see level 20 here. Just some basic information. Just to keep in mind. Obviously, you can see the history, so some of this information is really important. Went through the tutorial log, but we'll just continue on for now.
Here our journey's end. Arisen.
Invoking the stone can gain you new allies known as pawns, whose loyalty is unrivaled. So yeah, these rift stones here help you get pawns. They're just AI generated followers that you can have around, join your team. They definitely provide some helpful hints on weaknesses of your enemies after fighting with a bunch of them. They level. These ones don't really level up. You can also grab the pawns of friends and use them in combat. So, fun little tool. And just add on to the story a little bit.
Numbers arisen.
I feel it close by.
One thing that's really difficult with this game is balancing the audio because the combat is just so much louder than everything else. sometimes it's really quiet, and then you'll have a combat situation and you'll just automatically turn down the volume on it. As you can see, I have a orange reddish kind of glow on my weapons. That's a fire boon gifted by one of my followers here. So Morgana here, being a mage, can give you some boons which can change your damage type and such.
Flying beast arisen. This way.
Greenwarish, one of the healing plants.
They're a threat when well unified.
You do definitely take fall damage in this game, and it can be a very, very difficult thing to do.
Help me! I'll set its wings ablaze! My fire is yours!
Rain steel upon it.
I'm struck with fire! Within striking range!
Any further atrocities.
So now, obviously, the audio is at a much more reasonable level. The fight's it's just so loud. Treasure chest lying around, obviously, and I'm sure you heard it, but if we go to history here, you can see that it hates fire. So you can see that the weakness for the snow harpies is fire. Obviously in the name, pretty easy to tell, but if you're just listening to your pawns, you can hear weaknesses and stuff. So when you're fighting, it's a lot easier to deal with. This right here is obviously a healing spell. Heals you up. The gray on your health bar is damage you can heal up. If as soon as it's gone and where it's that clear, it's no longer able to be healed up without taking a potion or by eating food.
We cannot suffer the worm to work any further atrocities.
Chimera! Insolent!
As you can tell, they do have a bunch of mythological beasts and such, so you get to fight a lot of those that you kind of hear about, read about. so obviously you can see fighting this beast, you can cut off different pieces of it. I'm just going to try and bring that audio down even more just to make it easier to talk over during fights.
Attack while I hold it! I finish this!
But yeah, as you can see there, dealing with the Chimera, it's got 3 different pieces to it. You can kill each piece to reduce its damage, reduce different attacks that it can do and stuff like that.
Flee or step forward. Take hold of what lies beyond. Claim mastery over the eternal ring.
I'm not even going to try and read the top. No need to butcher it. Okay, so now we're going through our character customization. It's not super in-depth, but it's a pretty decent customization for sure. Just gonna type in my name here. So obviously, yeah, moniker is just just for other characters and stuff, so you don't, if it's not pulling in your name and such. That way, safety kind of things. Don't want anything weird or such. Build. I got a couple presets for you. detail edits. We're just gonna run through this fairly quickly. You can hit O to change color and details on them. Pointy ears, a couple different things you can do. Height, tall, weight, heavy. Let's a little bit darker, muscular. Obviously, you can mess around with that more. Stance. Macho. Add some scars. Wrinkles. There we go. Facial hair color. There's that. Color adjustments. Yeah, I think that will work. Today, like every day. Yep, just too fast. Obviously you can pause and read it for yourself if you want. Loading screens were a lot longer on the Xbox, so I actually got to read all that information and stuff. Otherwise, next time if you want, I can try and make sure I have all that information written down or something. That way you're getting that information still, but feel free to pause and read it for yourself.
The dragon's return is nigh. Join the honourable Duke's ranks and help us be rid of the fell beast. The day's come to lay down rod and reel and take up the sword.
And that is the prologue into Dragon's Dogma.
Shall none hear this so still of our land midnight?
Take up arms, young Arisen.
It's time for you to begin your journey as Arisen, but before you can win your heart back from the dragon, you'll need to prepare. So coming over here, we get to choose our classes. So vocation determines your basic attributes, wieldable equipment, and skills. If you want some more information on this for level up and stuff like that, you like to get in the nitty gritty of it, there's a wiki fandom for Dragon's Dogma, which is really, really awesome and does a very good job of, it calculates out, it's got all the stats graphed out for you already, how much you get, and they've got a bunch of other stuff about vocations and everything else. Obviously, this is not a new game, so there's a lot of information out there for you. So fighter, obviously you're big, you're tanky. It's got a lot more health involved. Your strider, which is more of a balanced class, it also has a lot more stamina gain. So I know for the orange bar, for me, I tend to run out of the orange bar a lot. I spam my abilities and then I'm gasping for breath and just struggling. It's also what you use to sprint around, obviously. So beginning, when you're going around place to place, it's definitely very nice to have that stamina. Mage, obviously ranged caster. So right now we get to choose between these three. Eventually, when we get to level 10 and reach Grand Soren is a future place. Once we reach there, we'll be able to choose more. You'll have the assassin, warrior, magic knight, magic archer, and a bunch more classes available for you. So right now we're going to choose strider. And then I think this is where we're going to end for now. I plan on putting up another video later, but I want to get some audio stuff figured out. Just going through here quick though, you can have primary, secondary weapons. Obviously you can put on your armor and stuff in this menu. So this is right in the equipment tab. I is your inventory, just like it was showing earlier. But for now, we will hang out here and we'll come back in a little bit.